Everybody, and welcome back to Satisfactory. I'm Drawing Chaos, and in today's video I want to show you how I made that and also that. So if you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But without further ado, here we go. So to showcase how big and massive this thing is, I am now flying up in the air. And yeah, so this is made from Mark 6 belts. So to even come close to starting this, you're gonna need Mark 6 belts, okay? So you're gonna need to progress through the game all the way to end game to be able to use those. Second, you need to know this. If you go into your wonderful color swatches, you can use an edited swatch, or you can use one of these ones right down here. And what you do is you hover over it and you hit edit. This blue one I'm using right here is one that I saved. So I hit edit. Now you have different numbers that are in here. Normally you just put in this one, which is 1 through 360. This one goes up to 1, and then this one goes up to 1. Or, for example, let's say I went to this one and I changed this one. Instead of saying 0.5, I put in 100. As you can see, everything goes to hell, but because I have this all the way over to 1, it still keeps me with a color, but just barely. Now if I hit select and grab that one, now I click it, it'll turn red, and it'll turn brighter than normal. Because if the regular red, let's say I edit this down to 1, see how it just went darker and everything like that? Yeah. So that's how you get this beautiful, wonderful, bright color that you can see from, well, just about anywhere. So first things first, you're gonna wanna build a foundation in the middle of the sky, above wherever you want it. Now, I recommend going higher than you think you need because you'll be able to see this from anywhere, and it's cool to showcase it off. Next, you want to find the center. I use a 1 meter foundation just so it's a little bit easier. And then what I do is I hold Control and I use the scroll wheel to rotate. Now, this is the key part. Depending on how big of a circle you want, you're gonna rotate based on that. So for example, if I want a really big circle, I'm going to rotate it 1. If I want a medium circle, I'm going to rotate it 2. And if I want a small circle, I'm going to rotate it 3. Then you click, and then you just keep building on top of each other until you've gone a nice 360 degrees. Then we're going to zoom this out. And then here comes the fun part. We're going to go into our logistics, and we're going to grab a stackable conveyor pole. It works out so much easier to have one of these than it is anything else. So right now I'm going to click this one here, and I'm going to click this one here. I'm going to grab a conveyor belt Mark 6. I'm going to hit from here to here, and then I'm going to go to curve mode, and then bam. This is going to get me a nice circle. Now here's the very unique part of it. This as a small circle, as you can see, we've gone quite a distance out. So from one side to the other is 19 foundations from start to finish. That is a lot. So when you think of a small circle, it's much bigger than a small circle that you'll be able to use. And just in case you're wondering, for a small circle, I've done this one over here. This one can barely just not reach, but the maximum that you can go away from the center part is going to be 25. So on the 26th one, you'll be able to make it. So as you can see, so this one is the starting point. This is 25. And then on the 26th one, you put that there. And that will be the maximum you can have from the center for a small one. Now, granted, that's still an amazingly big circle, but some people might want to go much bigger. Well, now that you got the bases down, the question is, what do you make? Well, what I like to do is I like to look up summoning circles, as a lot of these look really cool and all are based on geometry. Take this one on the right that I have, for example. As you can see, it has the nice triangle. It has another triangle, some 5-point stars and stuff like that. So if you're ever wondering, like, well, how would I incorporate something like this into the mix? Let me show you. So if this is the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us color this one a different one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have all these that are different colors now. So how are we gonna make this one really cool? Let me show you. So we're gonna take this and let's put it on the edges, right like so. This one, right like so. And this one, right like so. We're gonna go up, conveyor belt mark 6. We're gonna have this one come over here. And then as you can see, it kind of just like goes in there. But here is our problem. Even on curved, even on default where it goes straight across, there is no such luck. As you can see, it goes through, it can make the nice triangle, but alas, it doesn't reach because it's too far away. So what you could do is go into architecture, go into painted beam. We're gonna hit 1 at the center. We're gonna go to freeform. And we're going to aim at the center over here. This will have one going straight through. Now when we hit the side, as you can see, it'll go in there. I'm holding it. Go down 2, and it'll be right in the center. Now what you have is you have one going all the way over. That'll be perfectly used for what we need to be. Now if I aim it at here and I hold it, I can see that it's coming over here right on the edge. Same as that one. So I can just put one right at the edge, and this comes over, and this goes over here. And now I have one piece of the puzzle, and as you can see, it goes nice and straight, no problems. So that is how I can make my straight, nice little triangular lines. Now let's say that's still too much work. Well, what you can do is you can edit at the edge, rotate it 45 degrees, all right? Click it, and then you realize, hey, this comes all the way over. So this gives me my nice 45-degree angle normally, which is really great because if I did that at every single one, let's say I did at this one, and then I went for this one, I can actually go, and as you can see, I can make a bunch of them based on 45-degree angles, and they kind of do a nice like thing around it. Well, this is perfect if I want to make myself a nice summoning circle. You know what? Let me build it out and I'll show you. As you can see, you can play around with it, do whatever you like, even get some height variations and see if that works great. One of the other things I would like to do and recommend is, say you go into these swatches and everything, maybe take a couple of the swatches for yourself and then just edit them in different colors. As it goes forward, the second color is the one that shows brightness. So we could have this as black right here, doesn't matter. And then we will change this to 100. And then I can only choose some colors that are over here. If you want to figure out what colors you're able to do, just type in increments of 30. So 0, 30, 60, stuff like that. So if you notice some of the colors don't go through, like this is 30, and then we go to 60, it's pretty much the same. And then we'll go to 90, and then we will go to 120. Ah, there we go. So that would be the next one. Put this one down to black. So as you can see, I got a couple different colors going. Just play around with it and see which colors you can get out of it. Then as you can see, you can kind of play around with it, have whatever colors you want, and it will look really cool. As of right now, this is really fun to play with, especially when you're making like summoning circles around a giant tower or something like that. But your best bet is going to be a lot of trial and error, especially switching from like curve mode to straight mode and stuff like that. And try to figure out what works best, how you can overlap and all that good stuff. Especially when you get to something big like this up here in the sky, we can fly up there, I can show you. But all I did for a lot of this stuff was just test out what would look cool and how to do it. Now, granted, some of this stuff is just regular circles and curves and just patterns repeated over and over again. Or trying to figure out how to make one of these numbers is a pain in the butt, especially because you got to make it thicker so it's easier to see. But as you can see, a lot of this stuff is just basically circles. Giant circles. Nothing too special. I will show you these because these were actually quite difficult to make because I had to bring the thing all the way out and then had the straight lines while having curves and stuff like that. I overlapped a lot of different belts and everything like that just to get this to look right, try to fill in little slots and everything, and played with a bunch of different colors just to kind of get it to see if it would work. So these are quite difficult. You're going to basically trial and error because there's no good idea. Like, there's no good reference for them. This is about the best reference you're probably going to get. Oh, and as for this giant sky beam, which looks great sometimes and other times kind of looks weird, this is actually a blueprint that I had. And in the middle of the blueprint, I made sure that there was something that would give me the correct height every time that I built one of these. And then all I did was go over to my logistics, grab a stackable conveyor full, put this on Zoop, and then just build this up, and then just kind of having it go around. So you could do something like this as well if you want, and then just because of the light on it, it looks like a nice beam until it tapers off. The problem is these edges kind of really take away from it. I will tell you right now, I haven't found a good way of going vertical with it. It is all horizontal, flat surface kind of stuff. So you can have this great in the sky, but when it comes to, like, you know, going up a wall or something like that, unfortunately, you're still gonna have to use just regular signs and billboards and stuff like that. But, you know, it is what it is. If you found this interesting or you like it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe while I'm building my wonderful, beautiful base. Oh my god, it's crazy from up here. But I will see you all in the next video. Let me know if there's any tutorials or anything else that you would like me to showcase. Anyway, peace.